Anthropic just quietly released a model that's not even called Claude anymore. It's called Fable. And after using it for a week, I genuinely think most people are about to waste it, like completely miss the point. Here's what it actually is, and the 5 specific things you need to change right now if you want to use it right and stay ahead of the curve. Anthropic has this model ladder: Haiku at the bottom, Sonnet in the middle, and Opus at the top. Opus has always been the ceiling. That's it. That's the absolute peak of LLM performance. Except a few weeks ago, they broke the ceiling. They released Claude Fable 5, the first model in what they're calling the Mythos-Class, a tier above Opus that technically didn't even exist before. Now, I know what you're thinking. Another day, another model name. I thought the same thing. But after 7 days of deep testing, I'm convinced this isn't just marketing. This is a fundamental shift. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what changed, the one hidden setting that changes everything, and a workflow that genuinely feels like you have a superpower. Subscribe if you want to stay updated. This Mythos-Class tier exists because Anthropic was sitting on capability they didn't think was safe to ship broadly. They were using it for cybersecurity work and internal red teaming for months. So when you're using Fable 5, you're not using a slightly upgraded chatbot. You're using the first public release of a capability tier that was deliberately held back until they felt it was stable enough. Which, depending on how you feel about AI safety discourse, is either incredibly reassuring or absolutely terrifying. I'm gonna let you decide that one in the comments. Here's mistake number 1 I see literally everyone making. There's a new control next to the model picker called effort control. Most people never touch it. Huge mistake. Low effort is fine for quick emails, but high and X-high, those are where the Mythos-Class actually lives. If you're leaving this on default, you're leaving 50% of the capability on the table. Look at the difference here. Same exact prompt. Left side is the default response. Right side is high effort. That's not a small difference. That's a completely different employee doing the work. Mistake number 2 is much sneakier. People are bringing their old Claude habits into Fable 5 and wondering why it just feels fine. Not mind-blowing, just okay. This is what happens when you prompt it like it's Opus 4.6. Vague instructions get you vague, surface-level results. You're not using what makes this model different. This tier was built for long, messy, multi-step work. If you're giving it a one-liner, you're basically asking a world-class research scientist to vibe-check your homework. It's like hiring a Navy SEAL and asking him to walk your dog. Sure, he can do it, he'll do a great job, but that is definitely not what he's for. Same model, completely different result. The model didn't get smarter between these clips. I just stopped wasting its potential with lazy prompting. Give it the context it craves. Alright, here's the workflow that actually made me go, okay, this is different. It's about letting Fable 5 reason through a total, unorganized mess. I'm giving it a pile of notes, half-finished, no structure, conflicting ideas. Old me would have spent 40 minutes just organizing this before I could start. Watch it show its reasoning. It's not just spitting out an answer, it's checking itself. It's about 4 times less likely to paper over a mistake and hope you don't notice. I'm not gonna pretend this is magic, but that would have taken me a genuine chunk of my afternoon. It took 90 seconds. That's the Fable 5 difference. People ask me how this compares to GPT 4.0. For quick chats, 4.0 is still great, but for these massive, think-heavy tasks, Fable 5 is in a class of its own right now. Now, it's not perfect. It's definitely slower than Sonnet on simple stuff, and it burns tokens fast. If you're just firing off quick questions, stay on the lighter models. Save Fable for the heavy lifting. The whole secret isn't about which model is best, it's about which model fits the specific job you're doing right now. Personally, I think this is the first Claude release in a year that actually feels like a step change instead of just a spec bump. I don't think I'm wrong this time. This is just the beginning. Anthropic has basically signaled that there are levels to this game we haven't even seen yet. If Fable is the first, imagine what the next iterations will look like. We're moving from chatbots to actual reasoning agents. I've been seeing a lot of you talking about using this for creative writing and game design. The consistency across long context windows is what people are raving about most. It's early days, but it's exciting. Hit like if this saved you some time and drop a comment with what you're trying Fable 5 on first. I read every one of them. Subscribe for the next deep dive.